Hi, guys. Welcome to Erase Memoirs, a podcast where we dive into the ups and downs of life as a teenager, navigating life through faith, vulnerability, and self discovery. I'm your host, Iriolua, and I am so glad you're joining me on this journey. Grab a cup of your favorite drink, get cozy, and let's dive into the real, raw, and relatable stories that make us human. Let's explore what it means to be a work in progress together. Matthew 11:28 in the NLT version. Then Jesus said, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." It's Erase Memoirs. For a while, I have been thinking of what I would say on this podcast. I've been so busy and I've been overwhelmed with school stress. It's been out of this world, honestly. And then God just taught me and told me to just talk about what I had been struggling with. So entering 100 level in this school, I didn't prepare myself adequately for what I was coming to face here. All I had in my head was facades of what I thought campus life would be like, having cool roommates and stuff, going to class and doing important things that matter to your future. I even remember telling my mom that I would record all my lectures for the day and get back to the hostel and listen to it. Oh, when reality finally hit me, I was neck deep in academic exhaustion. I was crying constantly because of this stress, financial affairs flying up and down, bring money for this, bring money for that. It was not funny, but I made it. In 200 level, I joined the workforce. I became a choir member and I started to juggle my academics, being socially available and being spiritually sound. What I just thank God for basically is just because I had great friends and God showed me favor in school. Now, in 200 level, once again, I failed woefully so many times. I tried to create a balance between my spiritual life, my social life, and my academics. I was frustrated, I was tired, I was overwhelmed. In fact, I was recently talking to someone about 200 level, and I tagged it as the worst level in this school because I felt sick constantly. I cried a lot. I was angry. In fact, I even stopped going to class early. My sleep schedule torpedoed and my mental health was in shambles. But I was still attending classes and I went volunteering for almost every chapel program. As if it was not enough, I even ended up writing my first semester exams in the health center because I had chicken pox. And that isolation reflected deep in my results for first semester. Second semester came. My results came back better, but I still had to recover lost ground. Now, 300 level, God began to open my eyes to see a lot of things. For example, telling me it's okay to just be a partaker of the program and not necessarily a volunteer because, in all honesty, I lost myself in the work of God. I didn't even remember who the real employer was. It's so easy to do God's work, but it's not always His will. You can be doing something like you can be an accountant, and then God has asked you to be a pastor. You can even be a pastor, and then you'll be saying, "No, I'm doing God's work. I'm talking to His people." And then God's like, "That's not where I want you to be. That's not the position I want you to occupy." Yes, we've not all been called to be evangelists. We've all been called to fulfill God's mandate, but it is in different capacities, it's in different professions. And then sometimes God is even like, "Okay, calm down, just receive and don't give," because we give so much of ourselves that we even lose ourselves in it. And that's what began to happen to me. And I began to just do God's work and I was not doing His will. That is not what He wanted me to do at the time. And I just lost myself. So God began to call me to a place of rest and prioritization of the things that he told me that mattered the most. Like, for example, praying more often, focusing on my education, knowing that there are some programs that I must not necessarily attend, knowing that there are sometimes I have to delegate duties because I had this kind of lack of trust that if I don't do this, this work will not be done properly. And I just began to overwhelm myself and give myself so much workload. And I began to worry. And then God told me, "Why are you worrying? I have you in my arms, like I'm taking care of you, I am with you. There'll be times, like I said, I was crying often. I was crying a lot. My mental health was in shambles. My sleep schedule, like, it was so bad. I was not sleeping properly again. And God just told me one night in my let's say complaints, or I was crying to him about what was happening. And God was like, I will take care of you. I have promised you I will never leave you nor forsake you. Now, there's a sticky note on my table, and this is one of the many sticky notes on my table that God has asked me to put there just as a reminder that He's always with me. And it is Hebrews 13 verse 5, and this is in the Amplified Version, for you to have a clearer view and a better understanding of what God is saying. Now it says, I will never, under any circumstances, desert you, nor give you up, nor leave you without support, nor will I in any degree leave you helpless, nor will I forsake you or let you down, or relax my hand on you. Assuredly not. And then God began to remind me that He is not leaving me. I'm always in His hands. I'm always in His heart. But it's not easy to not worry. Like it's just part of the human nature that we worry about things that are not in our control. And then I began to worry. Like I said, I began to just get everything was getting so overwhelming. So now God began to call me to a place of rest and to prioritize things that mattered, like I said. And one of those things is my personal relationship. Now there is a very, let's say, a bold highlighter on personal relationship with God. Because in my service to God as a volunteer in too many chapel programs, I was just going and I was not having a personal relationship with God. Those times I would not even be praying. I would just be going to church. It had to be like, oh, I'm doing some Christian work or like I'm just working, like I was just working aimlessly. I did not have a goal. I did not have a reason. I just wanted to work. And it was seriously telling on me. So it's very important that you have a personal relationship with God. Okay, God, what do you want me to do? God, what do you not want me to do? Where do you want me to go? Where do you not want me to go? David said, if you do not go, I will not go. Even Moses said that, if you will not go, I will not go. And God had to assure these people that He was not only with them, He was ahead of them. For me, it was not that way because I did not inquire of God's help in these things. I just went in. I just did the things I wanted to do because I felt, oh, I just want to do it. And I felt, even at the point, I even felt like God was behind me when God was not even involved in anything that I was doing. Now, this is not to say that I have reached my goal, to say the truth, but at least I've gotten better. There's still a lot of stress. My department keeps dumping a truckload of work on me with unrealistic deadlines, and balancing everything is not always easy or even achievable. But I've grown, and I'm grateful that so far I'm better, and this journey has helped me so much. God has taught me so much. God has shown me so much, and that everything that I'm learning now, or I have learned in the past, is for people that are struggling with these same things. It's so easy to get overwhelmed. It's so easy to get swept up in the waves of the world. And one constant question I always hear in Bible study in chapel here is how to balance my academics with my social life and my spiritual life. Like, how can you tell me I'm supposed to be reading for 6 hours, I'm supposed to be praying for 6 hours, and then I still have to be a social bee? Like, I still have to keep up with my friends, my personal relationships. How do you expect me to do it? I'm not a machine now. And you are also telling me that as a child or as a young adult or as someone less than 20 or even at a young age or as a youth, I'm supposed to be having at least 7 hours of sleep. Like, how do I do it? So yes, it's not easy. It's something that everybody or a lot of people are battling with. But now there's some good news. Next episode, I'll be bringing along with me a special guest that may have an answer to the tons of questions you and I may have, and the answer to the most asked question on campus. Like I said, how do I balance all the aspects of my life so that none of them suffers? Now let me say this from my own perspective. Truth is, you place higher one than the other so many times. Some will suffer, some will not suffer. It is important that you entrust everything into God's hands. Every single thing into God's hands. Now, our guest will tell us a bit of her experiences as a student and how she has been able to overcome academic challenges and how she has been able to achieve life balances. Until next time, keep shining. Make sure you comment about what interested you most in today's episode and follow the podcast. See you soon. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Iri's Memoirs. If you resonated with today's conversation, drop your thoughts or questions in the comment box and share with a friend who might just be interested. Remember, you are not alone in your struggles or triumphs. Keep being you, keep seeking God, and keep shining your light. Until next time, stay blessed and stay authentic.